I did the release as right now, just so you
That's
know.
fine.
Okay.
An intoxicated person, 11-12 breathing million between Danny and Belmar.
Over 24 hours, you didn't like that gas still?
No. But you remember how I responded to just pepper spray, so you shouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it's in the old
Her
group.
54 is leaving
Oh,
the
shoot.
residence for approximately 15 to 20 minutes to take her children to safety. 21 came back to Oklahoma.
Plus, I'm being part of the sovereign citizen movement.
Okay. We guessed that at some point, but I don't think they really are. And I'll give you the reason why we think
Okay.
that, because sovereign citizens, they're really unique. I'll use that as a nice word. They're unique. And they believe in laws and stuff from the 17 and the 1800s, and they have no taxes, no this, no that, and some other things. They only believe in the government is the sheriff. Okay? Only person they'll trust, believe, is the sheriff. Back on July 4th, the sheriff and I stood in the middle of that driveway and tried to communicate that to him. She was even here, and this is the sheriff. Sheriff took his gun off. Sheriff took everything off, probably against my better judgment, but my officers keep them safe and know to keep us all safe, and did not recognize us at all. So some of those, I think it's a newer for him, and he wasn't up to speed completely. He then got a book out and was kind of spouting stuff of sovereign citizens, and
Okay.
you could tell he didn't know what he was talking about.
Okay.
So, and then, because he went from just him to the sovereign citizen angle for a while, to then the religious angle for a while. If you kind of watched him, and I'm not sure if he was just trying to get somebody's attention or everybody's attention, and his post, and I mean, for the most part, until yesterday, he only had 22, 23 subscribers to his YouTube page. A lot of people were looking at him, but he only had 27.
Probably all of us.
Yes.
I was probably going, oh my gosh, he's got videos out there. Look at his videos.
And so wasn't law enforcement. So yes, a lot of that was.
Oh, so he had no followers. Family and law enforcement. He probably thought, oh, look at me. I got
And that's why
followers.
and the reason we care, but we don't care. Our objective was that we were trying to figure out what we could do to help him.
Yeah.
And what angle can we use to get to him and to help? I mean, even yesterday, we used Jeanette, we used the dogs, we used him, we used God, we used everything. Just wasn't doing it. Just wasn't doing it. So a lot of that stuff that he
He was in
spouted.
there drinking his tequila and saying, I'm ready for you, come on.
Yep.
Did he put up a fight?
Yes, the whole time. We were here for, technically, I look at it the bigger picture of we were here for 30
But
days.
he did- Okay. But he didn't like throw a Molotov cocktail, did he?
Uh-huh.
Oh, he did?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Several. They're all over the top of the Bearcat. Yes. Yes.
And did he fire shots?
No.
So he didn't.
Personal opinion. Just personal. Suicide by cop.
Oh, that I told you that when I talked to you earlier.
Just
yeah.
a personal.
Yeah.
Okay, until everything is all done, that's just my personal belief. It was suicide by
Yeah.
cop.
And really, I was afraid that he would kill Jenny and then do the suicide
That's why
by
we were
cop.
doing it. Not that we were trying to rush this at all,
Yeah.
but this was our best opportunity to try to control him, to do what we need to do with him, and keep her safe. Because
Yeah.
when we were up here, she sat right there in the corner of that deck,
Yeah.
refused to talk to us, and the best we got, are you sure you're okay? Never spoke a word, did she?
Never.
Well, she had one video. Were you here, the one who came to do the wellness check? Somebody was behind the
Yes.
tree there.
Yes, she was
Yeah.
here, but that wasn't her behind
Oh,
that tree.
okay.
She was
I
up
was
that way.
here originally, and then I went up that way. So we were
Okay.
out here, and she went.
And then, he said, Jenny, tell him you're okay. And she goes, this female is okay. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. So she couldn't say her name. She
Yes.
couldn't say, I'm okay.
She refused.
So I didn't, I don't know what that says about her or her state of mind or anything.
Just how bad was the other marriage?
The problem with the other marriage is he was very controlling.
Okay.
And since they've been divorced, he will not leave her alone. He does not, if he can't have her, nobody can, because she walked away.
Because then he married.
No.
I think he's legally married.
No. He has a girlfriend, Stephanie, but
Okay.
as far as I know,
Okay.
he's not legally
Okay.
married. He has legal custody of the son, Brody. But, for instance, he called her up when she lived in Zanesville, and he said, do you have X and X and X picture? And she said, yeah, I have those pictures. And he said, can you drop them off? And so she drove over there to his house to drop them off. And he screamed inside, we're afraid, I'm locking Brody in the house, I'm calling the cops. And before she knew it, then all the police were surrounding her. She had gone hiking on the Appalachian Trail and had her pot pipe in the truck. So now she's picked up, truck is impounded for drug paraphernalia. So he could push her buttons and he could set her up, and he has done that time after time after time. I think you were looking for her to serve her with some kind of civil papers.
Yes.
That's what started this whole thing.
Yes.
Okay, that's all he's doing. Why he's doing that, I don't understand why he served. What was the civil paper for?
Custody.
But he already has custody of the child.
Permanent. Her have no
Oh.
rights.
Okay,
Is what I'm understanding.
okay.
You communicate with? Do you?
I've started communicating with him.
Okay. What about the grandson?
I can't trust him I can't trust Ted as far as, because what he's telling me, I had nothing to do with that. I'm all innocent.
What about your grandson?
He's only 11.
Mhm.
I do text him. He texts me back.
Okay.
He's missing the
I'm not-
loving side of his family,
That's why I'm not trying to upset
because
you. But
Chad's side of the family is not a
Mhm.
touchy-feely, loving side of the family at all.
Okay.
So I feel bad for him.
And don't stop. Don't be mean. Don't be hateful. Don't do the crazy shit. Whatever they're doing, don't even be there. Your grandma, you're there for him in support of him. Only.
Twice a week I drove 3 hours, an hour and a half down to see a baseball game for 2 hours and an hour and a half back, just so he would know
Grandma.
that we loved him.
Hmm. He'll remember that. He'll know that. You can only do so much, but you just do the positive things. Yeah, dad, mom, whatever, they do a lot of this and all that stuff, okay? He'll remember that positive support in his life sooner or later when he's allowed to speak or be able to control his own life, and then that'll come on a light bulb. Just try to do as much as you can positively and just continue. If you can do that texting and that's a continue, do as much. Don't overblow it. Just do it.
Put up with bad shit.
Yeah, do it.
Sorry.
You are
Not
right.
what I say, but
No, you're fine.
Right,
that's
because
what it is.
he is worth it. Right? Don't let, if that's the way Chad is, if that's Chad, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's the way Chad, ignore it. Ignore it. This ain't about
By
Chad.
the way, if you talk to him, their name's not Kohler, it's Kaler.
Taylor? Okay.
If
I have
you
never,
happen to talk to Chad.
I've never spoke to him.
So,
I've never spoke to him. Okay.
alrighty.
Now, to me right now, most important is that grandson.
Do you know how far out to the road, like, do I have to clean up all this crap out
No.
here?
No, they mow it. Township would mow this.
Okay. So
Tree.
starting at what, about the tree line?
Just, I'd go
There.
up there a little. That doesn't even look that bad, and I'm surprised that somebody's complaining.
Well, you flattened it all out with all your vehicles.
Yeah, it's
Probably
not
looked worse
that
than
high.
before you drove on it. Okay. Oh, there I
That-
see it's two
there's-
chickens.
There's those two.
2 chickens.
I see feed back there. I see water back there, so we didn't, quote, abandon them. The
Okay.
Humane Society did put that stuff out there.
They got bugs.
They-
They're free range.
They're free-range chickens.
There you go. They'll figure life out.
Okay, good luck, and you have my number.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks
I
for all your
usually
help.
normally go home at 4 o'clock, so if you have issues tonight, or you're struggling, or you're losing, get lost, whatever, you can dial to the sheriff's office. And Deputy Scarberry is working until 10 o'clock.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Remember that, familiar with somebody and only feel comfortable talking to those people, now you see her
Yeah.
face to face. What are you doing?
I have some issues with my cruiser.
What?
My steering went out when I was trying to back up, so I need to make sure I have steering fluid.
Why would you do that after the fact? Are you supposed to let that before you leave the house?
Yeah, it was fine, and then all of a sudden
Oh,
my...
you checked that today before you left the house?
No. No, I didn't.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate all your help.